Today I wanted to talk about this interesting, realization, a lesson I learned about taking advantage of opportunities. Earlier today, I was going out to Home Depot and I needed a screw. And on the way to Home Depot, I live in a townhouse and we have a kind of like a community dump kind of thing. And sometimes I'll actually find some things that people will throw there that are in really good condition, not damaged or any. I'm guessing either they don't have space for them, or they're maybe moving, or I think more times than not, they just want to get rid of them. And sometimes I'll just grab it, clean it up a little bit, and list it on a Classified site like Kijiji or something like that. Make easy 50, $60. A lot of times, I think a lot of people miss out on opportunities, right? What is the thing you're going to regret, right? What do you ever regret? It's never something that you did well, something that happened and it's beneficial to you. It's always going to be the thing that you didn't do. You're always going to regret the thing you didn't do 100% of the time. And usually you know what it is that you want to do. You have an idea, you've realized it, you've thought about it, but then you just decided for some reason not to take action. And it's something that's in front of you. And a lot of times, once again, it's going to be something that it might not be pretty, it might not be idealistic, it might not be the thing that you think that you're going to want or that you're looking for. You might be looking for a new way to get out of your business, and you want to start your own business, get out of your job, you want to start your own business and do something, and there's an opportunity provided, something you hear about, but you'd say, nah, that's not for me, or that's not something I can really do, or that takes too much work, but you never tried, right? It could be in a relationship standpoint. You see somebody who you think could be a potential match. You see someone who maybe you're a little bit interested in, but you don't go talk to that person. You think, oh, well, maybe they don't really care, or they might not like me, or whatever. You're gonna doubt yourself into not doing it, but then afterwards you're gonna think back and regret not doing it. Why? Because you didn't take action. So I think, and all, it's not just about certain like things like business or love. It can be anything, right? It can be knowing that maybe you shouldn't eat this piece of junk food, and then afterwards you eat it and then you feel a little guilty. Yes, you can do whatever you want with your body, and yes, this one thing won't hurt you, as everybody who every that's the one number one cope I always hear. Oh, it's not gonna hurt me. Oh, it's just one thing. It's like, yeah, but you justifying it, saying, oh, it's only one thing, you in the back of your mind, you're feeling guilt about it because you know that you shouldn't do it. So for you, that's a little bit of a regret. That cope is a little bit of regret for you to know that you shouldn't be taking that, or that you should eat a little healthier, or that you probably should go to, there's an apple right there that you could have gone and eaten, right? And these opportunities that place themselves before you, one thing I'm realizing, and not just in my own life, but also I've seen through the experience of people that have been through a lot of different successes, whether it's in business and family, in life experiences, is that you're never going to be ready. You're almost never going to be ready for what life is going to throw at you. Never. Never. Like, think about the last time you felt completely ready for something. It almost never happens. And even if you train and train and train for something, you're probably not going to be completely ready. You're just practiced enough to take the action anyways. You might feel nervous, but you're still going to take the action anyways. When you want to go to the gym, you might not feel completely ready, or you might not really think, oh, well, to go to the gym, I have to be strong enough to lift this weight. No, but you're going to still take the action. You might have to start at the lowest weight possible, or just doing no weights. But you're going to go take the action. Eventually, you're going to be practiced enough that you can go, push a level higher and take a higher weight that you haven't done before. But because you've done the action, done the reps before of doing the motion, of getting the good form, of, going to the gym and doing your whole routine, or whatever the case might be, now put you in that position to be able to go do that. So practice, like anything, is just giving you the ability to go take the action without having to overthink it. So typically, when you have an opportunity presented before you, don't overthink it, just take the action, because at the end of the day, you know what it is that you want. And at the back of your mind, there's always going to be a voice telling you what to do, and you're going to know that that's what you're supposed to do, or there's going to be something before you. Sometimes you might not even know that you're supposed to do that, but take it. Sometimes an opportunity is just that. It's just an opportunity. It's only what you make of it, which is what makes it a success or not. This is something I've seen, and I don't necessarily think I'm anything better than anybody else, because, well, you might call it dumpster diving if you want to say, make it sound bad, or you could call it flipping, as other people call it, right? There's two different types of connotations for it, right? Even somebody that doesn't have food, that sees food in what someone else might call garbage, that's an opportunity for a meal that that person might not have had. There's always going to be opportunities before you. I think that in all the time. And this is so interesting too, because even earlier today I had a production. I mainly do, productions, and that could be either music videos, it could be business or things like that, just content creation, right? Let's call it that. In the content game, we had a production today. I'm not going to say too many details, but I wasn't particularly feeling very excited about it. Nothing to do with the person who we're working with, but it's just the type of content isn't something I'm particularly excited about. My director had a conversation. He said, look, not everything is going to be super pretty, and down the line it's going to possibly lead to other opportunities that won't necessarily look like this, and you just have to look and see the bigger picture. Sometimes you just have to do the work right now just to get to that certain level. And these aren't exact words that he said, I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but it's the idea. Once again, it's the opportunity. It wasn't something that I necessarily want to do, but through a similar opportunity like this one gave us another connection that could have led to something else. You never know how these things will play out. All you know is when the opportunity presents itself, do your best at all times. What's the best I can make out of this? I think that's the best way to go through things, and something that I'm really doing my best to implement as much as possible right now. So what's the best I can make out of this? And sometimes it's not going to be pretty. It won't be perfect. It won't be efficient, but it's just, what's the best I can make out of this? I see something that looks there, and I'm in my mind thinking I could go sell this. Okay, cool. I'm going to go pick it up, clean it up, and go try to flip it, right? And I know for a fact, if I hold on, I almost forgot to light my candle. I gotta be testing out these candles for my ma. Come on. I have this idea in the back of my mind, so the best thing I can do is go take action on that idea and go implement it, and I can see where that takes me, right? Now, is it gonna make me rich? No. Do I want to be financially successful? 100%. But I think these small wins that I can take are going to help out, because at the end of the day, 50, $60 can go buy me food. It can buy me a meal. I like to be generous. Maybe I go and buy someone else a meal for $10. That's what I paid for that, right? I could take that whole 50, $60 and then say, okay, well, if I want to be doing something good for other people, but I don't have the extra money because all my money right now that I'm getting in has to pay for my bills and pay for my rent and pay for my this and that. Okay, well, if I did that, then it gives me $50. And I could go take that, $50 and buy food and go give it to homeless people. And now I can do something, a good charitable act with something that came in for free, so it costed me nothing, right? What's the best you can do with what you have? Now, a lot of successful people say, do the best. Literally, they say, do the best you can with what you have. What's the best you can make out of this situation you're in right now? Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about this. If it made sense, if it didn't, if you, want to keep in contact with me, I definitely would like to, as a friend, this is like adding me to your contacts. So I need you to do something, click that subscribe button, because then it's just going to give you a text message in your phone whenever I, do a update like this with you. And that way you can, get an update from me, any ideas and lessons that I'm sharing. And then because I care about you the same way I care about me, and I want to see you succeed the same way I want to succeed, I want to share this information or anything I'm learning and whatever lessons I have with you. So if you have anything that you would like to share or anything that you see valuable, because in one of my last videos, someone actually commented about a book that they read. So if there's anything that you have that you'd like to share as well, definitely leave a comment with me and let me know what it is that you have input, whether it's something you find relatable or whatever the case might be. Any comments, I really want to hear from you. So I appreciate you. Thank you and have a great day. Go be great.